Hi guys, I'm Hayden Crawford from the Dreamtime Academy and welcome to today's live Starseed Numerology Insights. It's been a while, hasn't it, since we've caught up like this? Well, I'm here today over the next hour and I'm going to be offering you some free numerology insights, okay? Now, this is for people watching. Obviously, when I'm live streaming, everything is free. And then if you want any further information in the form of a Starseed Numerology Report afterwards, then of course they are on special at the moment for only 59 Australian dollars. Now, I always start my sessions off with these incredible Starseed Oracle cards. They're beautiful, aren't they? And I'm going to pick out, several of these during the course of the session today, as well as look at your color mirrors influences and your date of birth as well. So what I want you to do is to leave your date of birth in the comments section, because that's the time that you chose to incarnate on this planet. And from that, I can derive lots of information about your purpose, your mission, your starseed origin, so which star system your soul originated from after it left source consciousness, and your personality blueprint, and the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures. So it really is an accurate way of being able to decode your soul, basically. All right. So hello to everybody watching today. We've got the card that's come out for you today. Oh, it's an interesting one. It's called Perspective. Look at that one. Isn't that an interesting card to look at? Perspective. Hello, Alexandria. Nice to see you. How are you today? Alexandria Archer. Brilliant. Okay. So this is the it's basically saying none of this matters. All right. It's about zooming out. All right. So when we look at the Earth from space, and sometimes it makes us kind of realize that our problems are actually really, really small in the grand scheme of things. We can catastrophize our lives by thinking the worst is going to happen to us all the time. But actually, when we kind of zoom out of ourselves and we go into that beautiful, warm, safe space of outside in the cosmos, we can look back at the Earth and go, it's only tiny. It's a little blue planet and it's so gorgeous and everything's perfect. Everyone's just going about their day-to-day lives and trying to look for common ground, all right, with the people around you as well, because that can help you feel really supported. So get a perspective on what's going on. There you go. Yeah, you did well, didn't you, to catch me live today? And Ram's here as well. Nice to see you, Ram. Make sure you like this video if you're watching it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And then you'll get notifications when I'm going live. So perspective is so important. It's so, so important. I totally agree with you on that one. Let's bring a bit more color into this today, shall we? There you go. A little bit of light. There you go. It's a bit better, isn't it? Awesome. Hey, Leith Patterson. Nice to see you. So, Leith, you were born on the 22nd of the 12th. Okay, I'm going to start with you. Actually, we can have a look at yours first of all, should we? All right. Okay. So, whereabouts in the world are you, Leith? And are you is that a male or female name? I've never heard that name before, unless it's pronounced Lee. It might be Lee, is it? And Heather Houston, you're in Australia. Ah, interesting. So on the 22nd of the 12th, 1995. Okay, so I'm transferring your date of birth now into your birth chart. So straight away, I can see you're very, very sensitive, Lee, aren't you? Oh, it's Leith. Okay, it's male. Okay, very sensitive male. You've got quite a lot of feminine aspects to you. So you're quite intuitive, almost empathic. I would say that you are probably somebody who takes on other people's emotions. You probably love animals and children and old people. That when you've got an excessive amount of twos in your chart like you have, so you've got the 3 2s there, that's your feminine aspects. All right, there you go, Alexandria. Yeah, your son's got the 2 2s there. Recently, definitely more tuned in. Yeah. I don't need to know where you were born for the sake of these insights. If you want to have a Starseed Numerology Report, then I will need to know your time, place, and date of birth and the name that you like to go by. It's known as your living name, which is usually just your first name, and I can get all the information from that. So we can also see you've got this arrow here, which is called the arrow of determination. Now, what that means, Leith, is that you are very persistent in your life when it comes to achieving your goals and dreams. All right. So you're kind of like a dog with a bone. You'll make sure that you see your goals through to finality. We can also see that you want to help people as well. You've got 2 9s. Now, 9 is a very wise number. Okay, so it carries the information and the weight of all the numbers that go before it. So it's wisdom, idealism, responsibility, and also kind of like wanting to be of service. Okay, so when you've got 2, it's often because you want to help people. All right, so we can see that you're very determined, you're very empathic and sensitive, and actually your day number, which is your birthday, you were born on the 22nd. It's actually known as a 22/4. Okay, so it's a master number, day number. And with the color mirror system that I work with, this is the bottle that it is represented by bottle number 22. 22 is there. So it's very, very deep magenta. So it almost looks like black over magenta. And it's called forgiveness, this bottle. So often we find that people who were born on the 22nd, they are here to guide humanity forward into the new emerging golden age. But also they've got the practical know-how to be able to take those steps, because they're almost quite psychic, quite clairvoyant, very, very hyper intuitive, but they also have that practical 4, because the 4 lives on the physical plane down here. So you've got the ability to kind of take inspired action, Leith, to be able to achieve those goals. So, you are a bit of a spiritual leader. Whether or not you've, stepped into those roles yet or not is a different matter. Sometimes that happens a bit later on in our lives. But it's definitely there for harnessing. Yeah. Yeah, weirdly, a mix of logical and spiritual. Yeah, it's interesting. But you've actually got very good communication skills. You've got the 2 1s there in the 5. So you know how you feel. That's the center of your emotional plane. And then your ruling number is a 9, 10, 19, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Actually, you're a ruling number 4 as well. So you're quite a practical person. You like active participation in life. So this is the other influence for you. And this is called Uranus. And it's yellow over deep turquoise. This is Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of the future. So people who are ruling 4s, they tend to work in the manual arts. They like doing, they like getting their body involved with stuff. They're like the physical aspects, the practical aspects, the material aspects of life, all of those. Yeah. So yeah, with the spiritual as well. So, it's very, very much like that. But, you like active participation in life. So you are quite a grounded person. So it's acting and dancing. Right. Okay. There you go. Then that makes perfect sense. That's your practical aspects combined with your more artistic and spiritual aspects of dancing. So yeah, that's awesome, isn't it? So the other thing we can look at, is what year cycle that you're in. And we can do that by adding up the numbers, the 22 and the 12, with the year that we're in at the moment, which is obviously 2021, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're in a personal year cycle 3. When you get to a 3, what it means is that it's time for mental stimulation. All right. So it's time to learn something new. So your mind will retain information more in your personal year cycle 3, because in your year cycles, you go through peaks and troughs, and 4 is a trough year. It's where you have to kind of like look after your physical body and stuff. I'm in my 4 at the moment. So that's why I'm going to the gym all the time and losing weight and, gaining my energy for the remainder of my 9-year cycle. Whereas you are it's more about stimulating your mind. Yeah, you would be. Yeah, you work in corporate. You're very well suited to corporate, actually, Leith. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because the 4 likes the material aspects. For people who are ruling 4s, they like to have nice things, nice car, nice houses, nice clothes, and all of that sort of stuff. So so there you go. So hopefully that's made sense for you. Leave a few comments to let me know what you thought of your little insights. And if you want something more substantial, remember I offer the reports, which are a 17-page handcrafted report, which take about 5 to 7 business days, and it look at your living name, Leith, with your birth chart, and also which star system that your soul originated from after it left source consciousness. So whether that was the Pleiades or Arcturus or Andromeda or Orion or Sirius. or or any one of the many star systems, and I actually can fine tune that based around the position of your sun at the time that you were born. So it's really interesting. Hey, Leith. So Leith says yes, 100%. It definitely resonates. Excellent. Good on you, mate. That's really good. Lovely. All right. So we'll have a look at the next person, Heather Houston. Heather, how are you? Are you still watching, Heather? I'll take a look at you next. We can do some insights for you today. Now, whereabouts in the world are you all watching from? We said, Leith said he was, where were you from? You're in Australia somewhere, aren't you? You're there still. Brilliant. Okay. And there you go. I can't remember whereabouts you said in Australia you were, Leith. Oh, in Sandringham in Victoria. Lovely. What's it like over there then? Is things getting better over there? I think things are starting to improve a little bit, aren't they? So Heather, you're in Northern California. Heather from Northern California. Now, in amongst this today, I'm going to be offering suggestions on how you can raise your vibration as well. So there's 10 top tips on how you can keep your vibration nice and high so that you're not affected by all of the stuff that's going on, in the lower realms of existence. And actually, the first thing that comes in really to keep your vibe high is to focus on what you want. Okay, so become more conscious of your thoughts and deliberately look for things that make you feel good and not bad. All right, so that's the secret, one of the main secrets to keeping your vibration high. So start consciously looking for better feeling thoughts and take baby steps along the way. So by refocusing on what you want, you're actually not focusing on the things that you don't want. So you're actually changing your point of attraction. So we know that the law of attraction governs our lives. So when we focus on what we want and we feel good when we're doing it, we get more of what we want. All right. So that's top tip number one on how to keep your vibe high. Now, is anyone else doing that at the moment? Ram says, I'm stuck in the UK. Oh no. Dear, oh dear. No more lockdown, almost back to normal. Fantastic. And what do you do? There you go. So you're a material girl living in a material world. My day job up. Dearie me. Okay, let's have a look. Heather, so you're the 22nd as well. 22nd, that 22 is coming back in again today, isn't it? Interesting. 1974. So Heather, all right. So you got the two twos. You got a 4, 7, 9, 5. I think that's everything. Okay. So that's the way your chart looks. Okay, Heather. Now, make sure if you're watching this today, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Then you'll never miss one of my live videos. Why did you nearly collapse the other day, Ram? What's been going on for you? All right, so Heather, you've got this arrow here, the two positive arrows in your chart, actually. The first one is called the arrow of practicality, which is the 1, 4, and 7. Now, they're all the numbers on the physical plane. So this means you like active participation in life. You like to be involved in the material, practical, and physical aspects. A lot of people with this arrow, they either go into, like, if they're working in wellness, there'd be yoga or massage. They like doing things with their hands. They're quite good with their hands, but they like to be involved in those practical aspects of life. We can also see that you've got the arrow of determination as well, which is that strength of having persistence to achieve your goals and dreams in life. That's this one here. And also you're very sensitive and intuitive as well. Of course, maybe not quite as intuitive as Liv, although saying that, because you're a woman, you get like a surrogate 2, which we don't put into the chart, but we observe it because women are more intuitive than men. So you've actually got the equivalent of 3 2s there in your chart. So actually, yeah, you are. You and Leith on the same page. So you're empathic, you're intuitive, you're sensitive, you like partnerships. You can kind of feel how other people are feeling. It's that type of energy. Hi, Elsie. How are you? It's nice to see you here today. Whereabouts are you watching from, Elsie? So Heather, you're a 22 as well as a day number. So it's the same as Lee. We often find people coming in waves with similar vibrations. And this one is called forgiveness. Now remember, forgiveness and letting go are the keys to healing. All right. And that's basically the two core ingredients for having a proper soul cleansing, really. And for you are here to guide humanity forward into the golden age. So you are the golden age, rather, not the golden. And the 22 is that energy of wanting to help, wanting to heal, wanting to be a guiding light, but you do it in a very empathic way. All right, so it's a master number vibration. You're in Florida, Elsie. Lovely. Well, nice to have you here in the Dreamtime Healing Room today. So Ram says, overdone, didn't bode well with my illness. Everything got on top of me, mixed with odd sleep, and I cried so much I was almost sick. Basically, I'm done with 2021 already. Business with Nan is getting to you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It can be hard. It can be really challenging, isn't it, when you're trying to look after other people as well. So your ruling number, Heather, is a 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 26, 28, 29, 30. You're a ruling number 3. So you're a mind number. The 3 is on the mental plane as your ruling number, which is your biggest aspect. All right. And this is bottle number 3. So this one is called Jupiter, bottle 3. So for you, you are you want expansion. You've got to learn to self-accept yourself. You're quite sociable, fun-loving. You like having light, happy company, but you overanalyze things when you live negatively. And sometimes, you are inspired by the arts and music, lyrics and poetry and writing and publishing and all that sort of stuff. You like those aspects of life, because the mind plane is very much quite literary. But, you've got a very vivid imagination as well. So your imagination can run away with you sometimes. You've got a good memory and, but you can be, when you're living negatively, a bit critical of other people. So make sure that you learn to accept all aspects of yourself. And actually, you might suffer from self-doubt as well within your lifetime as well, that you might need to overcome. There you go. So Heather says, I do enjoy working with my hands and other physical activities. I'm a Reiki practitioner. Oh, well, there you go. Good. So, often we find people with the arrow of practicality. They like doing more physical based healing work. So it might be that you will move on to do massage or qigong or yoga or stuff like that as well, because that physical aspect of healing and the body, maybe even exercise, is going to help you to fulfill your mission. But remember the 3 energy as well. You are somebody who, you have to go through a process of questioning your beliefs, because the 3 is the mind. All right. The 3 is the left brain. It's the analytical left brain. And this coral energy really is the color of the new Christ ray, which carries a big vibration. So you want expansion. Think about Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in our whole solar system. So it wants expansion. Okay. You do enjoy your own company and you enjoy writing as well. Yeah, so you can combine those aspects, maybe put together some sort of course that you can teach or something like that with regards to your, with regards to the work that you do. You need to let go of old people, places, structures that are no longer in alignment with who you are. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Uranus is the planet of the future. So sometimes when that energy is present there, you've got to let go. So you really do need to look at the people that are no longer serving you in your life. There you go. Really should do artwork, maybe relax a bit and then art later, says Ram. Absolutely. Being creative is one of the best ways that we can maintain our equilibrium, because we're exercising our right brain. Elsie says, I'm not sure how late I am. Not if you have time, please. Can you add me to the queue? So your name is Lee Ann Juday. Also, I'm wondering if these numbers hold clues to our starseed origins. Yes, they do. They do indeed. So what we normally can find is, like, say, for example, like with Heather. So Heather has got the arrow of practicality. So when we understand the starseed traits and origins, we go, okay, so which of the starseed races are here to help us with our base chakra issues, which is like our red energy? And it's the Lyrans. So often we find people who have this arrow of practicality, yeah, they can have a Lyran starseed origin. Not all the time, okay, but quite a lot of the time. The Lyrans are the cat-like beings, and yeah, they love to indulge in the physical and material and practical aspects of life. Okay, so we're going to move on to number 2, to the best 10 ways to instantly raise your vibration in 2021. The second one, the first one is obviously focusing on what you want. The second one is observe your emotions. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is begin to become aware of your emotional responses to various triggers. So this will apply, to you there, Ram. If you're getting triggered, simply allow them to wash through you. Try not to judge them or feel bad for experiencing negative ones like anger or jealousy. It's just part of the human emotional range scale, isn't it? Don't feed the negative and avoid reacting to situations that make you feel bad. All right. So just observe and try and respond. Try not to react. It just makes you feel worse. If you react and then you go, then you end up judging yourself and it goes in that vicious circle. To raise your frequency, we must move up the emotional frequency scale towards joy, peace, and enlightenment. So, if you are living in guilt, shame, grief, then you're stuck in a cycle of victimhood. And remember that everything happens for you, not to you. All right. So that's your second way that you can raise your vibration, is to observe your emotions. So make sure that you're doing that. Is everybody doing that? So Leith says, sorry, I was re-listening to mine. Good. You get more information the second time you listen through. Excellent. So Heather, leave a few comments and let me know, what did you think? What did you think of your insights there? Do you relate to the Lyrans? Be interesting to find out. But obviously, if you really want an accurate depiction of where your soul comes from, we have to look at your astrology with your numerology. So we have to look at the position of your sun at the time you were born. And I also look at like your peak years of maturity as well. So I look at, when you first entered maturity, and there's 4 different phases of 9 years that you have a numerical influence, which can predict what you're likely to become involved with as you get older. And it's so accurate. It's super interesting because I'm in a 7 at the moment. So my 7 came in about 3 or 4 years ago when I started teaching, spiritual teaching, you see. So they are very, very accurate. It's quite predictive, and it'll give you so much information about, really what you're here to do and why you're here as well. So it's super good. Hey, Suzanne, nice to see you. How are you today? Lovely to see you popping into the Dreamtime Healing Room. We've been discussing 10 best ways to instantly raise your vibration. We've had 1 and 2, which is first focusing on what you want, and number 2, which is observing your emotions. And we'll go on to number 3 in a second. Heather Houston is my full birth name, and you do relate to the Lyrans. Good. Hi, Bridget. How are you? Bridget Armstrong. Bridget says, Hayden did my starseed reading, and it is Lyran. Hi, everyone. And there you go. And a nice red rose there. Nice red rose from a Lyran, okay? Because the Lyrans govern the base chakra. Okay, so that's red energy. Nice to see you. Oh, wow. You've got a new crystal that came from Australia, Suzanne. That's awesome. Right, Elsie, I'm going to come to you next. Elsie. Well, my purple pen seems to be running out. I'll have to grab a different one in a second. Okay, so Elsie in Florida. Now, where's your date of birth? Have you given me your date of birth yet? Oh, there it is. So you're the 19th of the 12th, the 19th of December, 1974, Elsie. This is Elsie from Florida. Let's have a look and see what's going on for you, Elsie. 1, 2, 3, 7. Now, interesting again. We've got another person here with the arrow of practicality, Elsie. So you've got the same arrow. You see that? But you've only got one arrow, one positive arrow within your chart. Oh, it's Leanne. Okay. Leanne. Yeah, the arrow of practicality. So again, what I've just been talking about with Heather can apply to you. You like that sort of active participation in life. So you really like to be involved in the physical aspects of existence, the material aspects, the doing. You know, that's these 1, 4, and 7 numbers. They're on the physical plane. The 2, 5, and 8 are on the emotional plane, and the 3, 6, and 9 are on the mental plane. And you know, guys, if you're really interested in numerology, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be here unless you were. Then remember, I'm teaching level 1 numerology this Sunday via Zoom. So I've got a lovely big group that's culminated all across the world. So we've got people from America and Australia and England and I think even Europe as well. And we're going to be going through all of the arrows of individuality, how to calculate your day number, ruling number, and personal year cycle number, and what all that means, and the relevant color influences that are associated with that as well. So it is a 5-hour course. It costs 99 Australian dollars. There's a break in the middle, but that's this Sunday the 11th of April from 8 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Perth Western Standard Time. So if you've got nothing else going on, then join the group. Remember, the more the merrier, and you'll get so many insights during the course as well, because we kind of dissect everybody's charts, and it's really interesting and cute because you can see everybody, and you can see how amazing and accurate this modality really is. It's absolutely fantastic. So Leanne, okay, what we can see here as well is that, you know, you have got 2 isolated 9s. Now the 9 energy is your ambition, your idealism, and your sense of responsibility. So you are quite an ambitious lady, Leanne. So, and the reason I know that is because they're isolated. They don't have numbers around them, and there's 2 of them. So you want to help people, you want to help and heal. You also, you know, you do carry a big sense of responsibility. So sometimes you have to let go of a bit of that because it can be a bit of a pain sometimes. You like practical involvement in life, and actually you are somebody who, you know, I would say that 9, 10, 17, 21, 23, 24, 34. Do you find that you are fairly quiet? Okay, because you get 2 very different types of people with 3 1s. You get people with 3 1s that talk incessantly, like they've got verbal diarrhea, or you get the others who've got 3 1s that really are quite quiet and reserved unless they're in company. So normally the ones that have, you know, the ones that chat a lot, I've got more numbers on the soul plane. So I would think that you'd probably be quite quiet. Is that right? Yeah. You're autistic. Okay, so you are very quiet. I was going to say that's how it would come across because of the numbers on your chart. I mean, you do have 1 number on your soul plane, which is your 2, which is your sensitivity and intuition. And also your day number is a 10. Okay, because we add the 1 and the 9 together, and it's a 10 energy. Now the 10 likes to do things on their own, you know, so it's kind of like it's a 1. You know, it's like I do things this way. And the 10 is the leader. So actually, you know, but you've got a very soft feminine leadership ability because it relates to this bottle here. The 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, which is gold of olive green. So this is energy of the ancient Egyptian goddess who gave birth to the sun, Isis, you know. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. So you are a manifester, you are a leader, but you lead with a very soft feminine energy and not like a male ego energy. So you could have your own business. There you go. So Heather says, my greatest joy is to help others as long as I'm not taken advantage of. Absolutely. Nobody wants to be taken advantage of, do they, Heather? There's nothing worse than like giving your time to somebody and then them throwing it back in your face. And then you go, well, why did I bother? Isn't it? There you go. Heather says, very much resonating with what you're saying. Although I'm not a reactive type. I've always been a quiet observer. Being very in tune and attentive to the needs of others around me. Yeah, so you've got that empathic sort of side to your nature. Okay, so Leanne says, I adore Isis. Well, you would adore Isis because often when you've got like a 10 energy within your chart, it means that you've got past life associations with ancient Egypt, because this color combination, as well as gold and violet together, relates to past lives in times of ancient Egypt. Yeah. So your ruling number is a 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 21. 23, 24, 34. So you're a 7. So you have to learn through your own experiences. 7 energy is Neptune in the color mirrors system, which is beautiful pale turquoise over turquoise, number 7. And so you're interested in exploring the deeper meaning behind life as well. So you like to know what's going on behind the surfaces. You make a good teacher because often you have to learn through your own experience and then you impart that wisdom onto other people afterwards. So the ruling 7s are, they like to explore mysteries, miracles, magic, illusions, and faith. It's that sort of thing. But you have to do it your own way. No one can tell you how to live your life. You have to do it your own way, Leanne. Okay. So there you go. There's some little insights for you. What did you think of that? Did that make sense? And also, if we're looking at starry origins for you, I would definitely get a strong connection to Lyra for you as well. All right. Although, to be able to fully confirm those types of things, we have to be a bit more scientific and use astrology. All right. Okay. So who else is watching that would like to have some insights today? Leave a few comments and let me know if you'd like some insights today. Alexandria, are you still there? I can do some insights for you. You're the 13th of the 9th, 1985. So Leanne says, you are spot on. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. I'm glad that resonated with you today. It's good, isn't it? It's a really cool thing to do, I think, when we look at numerology, because it's like you choose the day you're born. You choose the time you come in, the place you come in. You choose who your parents are. None of that is by default. And everybody that comes into your life has signed a contract that says, whatever it takes, I am going to help you to heal. Whether they've been an arsehole to you or not. There you go. Okay, so our next step, all right, or best ways to instantly raise your vibration, number 3, is to release junk programs from the subconscious. So you've got to start rewiring your mind with either guided meditations or positive affirmations to release the negative thoughts in your subconscious. You might need to bathe in the color mirrors bottles, use the essence sprays, work with modalities to help to repattern your subconscious and do some soul clearing as well. So your shadow patterns might be taking you off in a completely different path to your intended one. So, if you're trying to make a change and you can't, it's because your subconscious is programmed differently to your conscious mind. Now, remember that. And that's when the subconscious mind wins, you see. So we have to, that's right. The subconscious mind will, they both need to be in total alignment and telling the same story for you to become a conscious creator, basically. So number 3 is to release those junk programs from your subconscious mind. All right, release junk programs from your subconscious. So Ram says there's something very weird about the bond between my stepdaughter and me. When I first met her, apparently it was like long lost family members meeting. I know she's a 2009 baby, but it's weird. It can be really strange. Yeah, no, it can be really strange. There you go. Is everyone getting the chat all right? Is everybody able to chat still? It looks like the chat has disconnected. Let's have a look and see if the chat will come back for us. So let's have a look. Who else is here that would like some insights today? If you're watching and you've never had a look at your date of birth through the lens of Pythagorean numerology, then now is your opportunity to take a look at that. There you go. If you guys are here, just leave a few comments because it looks like the chat has disconnected. I'm not sure whether you can still comment or not. Are you still there? Leave a few comments and we can see if you can still comment. There you go. I'll leave a, can you still comment? Boing. It looks like the chat has disconnected. They're trying to reconnect. Okay, so in the meantime, what I'll do, whilst they're trying to reconnect the chat, I'm going to pick out another card from the Starseed Oracle deck. All right, so this is it. So the first one that comes up is Star Bathing. So this is about your light body and the crystal grid around the planet. So it's about reactivating the crystalline grid. Okay, so, you know, this is an activation that sometimes needs to take place. If you are a light worker or you're a starseed, often if you travel the ley lines around the planet and you work with the crystalline grid, then it can help energize you to be able to complete the work. So, and also to activate your own light body. And your light body is, you know, your Merkaba star, which exists around you. And it can help you to, you know, to sort of travel backwards and forwards in time as well. So it's really interesting. There you go. Is everybody watching okay? I don't know if anyone can chat anymore because I think the chat has been disconnected by accident. Let's have a look, see if it comes back. Oh dear. Okay, and the second card that's coming up for you now. Okay, this is the second card for you. All right, and this one is the Golden Children. The Golden Children. Look at that one. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, and this one is your inner child. It's about tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. So remember that we all have golden gifts that we can share with the world. We just have to trust our soul memories and actually just explore them a little bit, really. And remember that you are, you know, if you're watching this, chances are you are a starseed and you're here to help with the conscious evolution of the planet. And often the way we do that is by finding and exploring our unique golden gifts, because then we've got something that we can share with the rest of the world. So yeah, there you go. That is some little insights for you. I'm not sure whether you can still see me. So I'm going to go through the next of the 10 best ways to instantly raise your vibration. That's transmute trauma from the cellular memory. Okay, so you need to transmute trauma from the cellular memory. And a cellular memory that triggers fear always goes back to a wrong interpretation of the original event. Whether we define our past experiences of traumatic today makes no difference to our subconscious or our spiritual heart. What's important is to heal the cellular memory and the fear signal that it is transmitting. So the color mirrors, actually, they help you to do that, and they help you to identify and remove the lie that has been created from a past painful memory and replace it with the truth. So this can span many different lifetimes. So, you know, make sure that you pair this up with ancestral clearing if you want to have an upgrade to your DNA. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to check out because I think that the chat has disconnected. Sorry about that. We can catch you next time. See you next time. Bye for now.